Hello dear students, let's start the interpretation of the topographical map, and in this video I will explain it very brief, and because in only one video I have to explain you everything, so this is a very brief explanation but very specific point to point explanation. So when you watch this video you need to watch it again and again, and when you watch this video just take your book also and open the pages what I have opened here in this video, those pages, and as I will show you the map, whatever thing I will show you, you open it and then you just check it, because if you just watch the video it will be difficult for you to understand. So this is a practical subject, this is a practical topic, and without the practice you won't be able to understand anything, because I am just preparing you for the examination. In the first semester examination there will be 20 marks of topo sheet will be asked, 20 marks of question on topo sheet, and so I will just explain you only those things, right? Well, I will give you the whole description, but very brief, very point to point description. So let me tell you one thing, that you need to watch this video again and again with your books and the pages what I have opened here, and whatever I will show you here, you need to check it in your book. So with your pencil, one scale and one pen, one rough copy, all of you get ready when you watch this video. So let's start here. First of all, that what you are going to learn, because without making it longer, so first of all directly I will explain you about the interpretation of the topographical survey map. So here you will see there are the 12 topics. First is the identification of topographical sheets. Now this actually is just an introduction, no question will be asked from this topic, but this is the thing you will come to know how to identify the map. Second one is, now the second topic, which is the most important topic, is the reading the grid reference, and third is scale. Now fourth is the representation of relief. It is a very lengthy topic but it is useless, so I will not explain you this fourth one. So I will explain you first, second, third topic. Then the fifth one is about the direction. Sixth is measuring distances and calculating area. So I will not tell you about the calculating area, only measuring distance. Then the seventh one is drainage. Eighth one is man-made and natural features. Ninth one is means of transport. 10th is the land use, and 11th one is settlement, and 12th is the inferring occupation. So I will explain you all the topic, only I will not going to explain you the representation of relief and the calculating area otherwise. So let's start here quickly. And the first thing is the identification of the topographical map. So as you can find here, this is a map of India and the neighboring countries, and you can see here these are the lines, longitudes and latitudes. But now next look here, the another map, figure 2.2 here, and in this map if you see here, the same map actually is divided into different and equal grids, and every grid is given a one specific number. And here if you find here, this grid, one of the grid that is given here 45 is shaded. So here 45, so this area, the whole big region that shows, this is the region called 45. Now next, this region 45 again is taken, and now if you see here, these are the different grids, and this is 45. Now this 45 again is divided in 16 equal grids, and every grid is denoted by the different alphabets A to P. Then again one of the grid, that is D, so this D will be called 45D. Now this D is again divided into 16 equal grids, and every grid is denoted by a different number 1 to 16. So there are, you will see the two grids, this is 7, and this 7 will be known as 45D by 7. So in your syllabus actually you will be studying only two grids. This is one 45D by 7 and second one is 45D by 10. So this is only two maps you will going to study in your topo sheet. But when we talk about 45D by 7, what do you mean? What is the area or size of this map? It's not actually this much size only. If you see here this map here at the below, it is given here 45D by 10. Now 45D by 10 doesn't means that this whole map is only 45D by 10. Otherwise you will find so many maps in the book and there it is given 45D by 10, but all are different. So actually this small map actually is a part of one small part of 45D by 10. 45D by 10 is a very big map. It is about the size of a one bed, one double bed. So one map actually only 45D by 10, that is a size, it is of the size of a double bed, even can be bigger. So double bed size. So this much, from that much size map one small portion will be asked. So that is 45D by 10, and the same size is also of 45D by 7. This is why you will find there are so many 45D by 10 and 45D by 7 maps are given in your book, and they are all different. And even more maps you can find in some other books also. They are all totally different. So this is the syllabus. So this is only to tell you what is the meaning of 45D by 10 and 45D by 7. So this is only the identification. Now next is the grid reference. The second topic is the grid reference, and there are the two types of grid reference you will going to study. First is the 4-figure grid reference, and second is the 2-figure grid reference. So let's start here with the 4-figure grid reference, and I will also tell you the 6-figure in the same map. So look here, this one map I will take, and this is the 45D by 10. This map is of 2006. Page number is 58. This is old book. In your new book maybe the page number will be different, but you just check it. This map actually is asked in 2006. So in your book also you just open it, the map that is asked in 2006. It is given here also, you will see here year 2006. Same map, you just open it, right? And maybe this map may be not there in your book 2006, so let me open another one, 2009, or maybe let's see here 2000. That can be also found in your book also. So we're going to check it 2013. So map 2013, just check it, open in your book the map that is of 2013. And now this is 45D by 7. Now let's see here. So first of all, now here if you see here, this is one dot is given and 381. Now what does it means? This shows spot height 381. Now you have to find out the first of all the 4-figure grid reference of spot height 381. What is the meaning of 4-figure grid reference? So let me show you. First of all, if you find these all, the whole map actually is divided into vertical and horizontal red lines. Now these lines are not longitude and latitudes. So look here, all these red lines, they are being given denoted by number, 2-digit number. From here if you start 91, 92, 93, it's 99, and again it becomes here 00. So these vertical lines are called eastings. All these vertical lines, they are called eastings. And the horizontal lines also are denoted by the numbers, and they are called the northings. So let's see here. Spot height 381. Now this is a grid. How you will find out the 4-figure grid reference, 4-figure grid reference of this specific grid? So look here, the red line, left hand side. So this is a grid, this is a grid. So left hand side, this is the line. Now look here, what is the number? 98. So first of all, you have to see, you have to take the vertical line. So vertical line is 98. So you will write here 98. Now 381, which is the below line. If you see here, this is 76. So right here 76. So you will see here how many figures are there. 4-figure, 9876. That's why we call it 4-figure grid reference. 4-figure tells you the specific grid, the whole grid. So spot height 381 is situated in which 4-figure grid? So this grid can be addressed as 9876. Same way, now this grid where spot height 301 is given, this can be addressed as, if you see here, this is 97 and here is 76. So this is 9776. This is how you have to find out the 4-figure grid reference. First of all, the vertical line. Second, vertical line left hand side of the grid, and horizontal line below the grid, right? So this is the way to find out the 4-figure. Now let's find out the 6-figure grid reference. So to find out the 6-figure grid reference, you need to first of all keep this scale. You just take one scale and you just keep this scale in this way, and you will find out these two vertical lines, the distance between them is 2 centimeter. How many millimeters are there in 2 centimeter? So there is 20 millimeter. Now when you divide this whole line into 10 equal parts, what you will do? So you will take 2 millimeter each to divide this whole line in 10 equal parts. So what you will take here? So from here, the 1 unit will, if you count it, 1 2 means 2 millimeter will become 1 unit. Again 1 2, again 2 millimeter will become now 2 unit. Again 2 millimeter will become 3 unit. Same way, this is 4 and 5 is midway. This 10 millimeter, that is 1 centimeter midway. This tells about how much? 5 unit. Now next is from here, again you count it, 2 more millimeter, this will become 6. Again 2 more millimeter, this is 7. Now 7, if you see, this 7 is going beyond this point. So here you will not take 7, you will take 6. Now this line already, you know, this is a 98. So you will write 98, and how many this unit is here? Already we have marked it. Halfway mark it is 5. This is 6. 7 is going beyond, so you will take 6. So 986. So you will write here 986 here. Now again you will count it, put this scale vertical. Now this line already you know, this is 76. So right here 76, and from below again we will measure. So halfway mark, it is 10 millimeter, becomes 5 unit. 6 is here. 7 is going again beyond, above. So we will take 6. So this line already is 7 6, and up to here it is 6. So 7 6 6. So you will see here there are 6 figures: 986, 766, 6 figures are here, and this is why, to denote spot height 381 very specifically, this point here, this is called 6 figure grid reference. That tells the address of spot height 381 very specifically, very point to point. Now this is how you have to find out the 6 figure grid reference.